ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel today. My name is the Crimson Wolf and welcome back to the Blue review for our game versus Nottingham Forest. Chelsea 1, Nottingham Forest 0, and Chelsea are in the Champions League. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. It has been too long, too damn long since we have been in the Champions League, and we are back. Oh, it feels so good. That could not have gone any better for us. We beat Forest 1-0, and on top of that, Newcastle lost, and so did Aston Villa. So even if we didn't win that game, we weren't in any danger, really. Like, we could have finished that game 1-1 and still qualified for the Champions League. It is a great day, everybody. It is an absolutely amazing day. Oh, I am over the moon right now. But yeah, basically, this is going to be a very incomprehensive video, but we'll see. Yeah, basically, if you don't know what goes around here for the Blue review, basically I go through 8 points from the game, Lampard's famous 8, as I like to call it, and go through each of them and give them a card based on whether I think it was a good, mid, or bad performance. However, for today, screw Lampard's famous 8, that's out the window. It ain't Lampard's famous 8 today, it's like Lampard's famous 14. Which isn't as effective or accurate, but whatever. Basically, if I can show you, this is what the tier list looks like. All blues, all blues. I am not being any negative in my slightest today. There is no negativity to be talked about in this game, and I've got about 100 things that I want to talk about. Few of them for like a matter of seconds, few of them at more length. But yeah, so we are going to dive straight into this and get on with it, and we're going to begin with one of the first ones on this, and which you may not really expect, but I just kind of want to talk about it for a few seconds. It is for the referee, mainly just for the fact that Anthony Taylor was the referee and he didn't fuck us over. Like, that's an accomplishment in itself. That's deserving of a blue card, in my opinion. The fact that Anthony Taylor was the referee and he did not fuck us over in this game is just, it's a beautiful truth. It's a beautiful truth, and I love it. I absolutely love it. That guy is usually the most annoying prick, and yet this game he was fine. Literally, apart from like 2 games this season out of the 5 we've had him, he's been fine, to be honest. Like the Spurs game, he was alright. The Fulham game, I didn't even notice he was the ref. And this game, literally barely anything. There's like a few annoying moments, but like nothing over the top, really. But yeah, he's been fine. So like, yeah, like literally like 0 complaints over here. Next point, Kiernan Dewsbury Hall. This is literally for that one challenge he made in the box to take that ball out of there. This is literally the only thing that I'm putting him on this list for. He was barely on the pitch. He came on, held up the 5-4-1, said we were going with a back 5 with a 4 in the midfield, 1 up front, which was Palmer, and literally did nothing else but put in an incredible challenge in the box. Literally, I don't care. This list is just going to be the most random shit, genuinely, like for like a good, I don't know, like first half of it. Next, I don't even know who's next. Noni Madueke. I mean, as performances go, pretty good. Like, what can you say? Like, he was doing well on that right side at the start of the game up against Nico Williams, his name. Yeah, took him on a few times. Was able to get into some good shooting positions, not really able to get a shot away, but largely did okay, I thought. I mean, Noni's just been pretty good recently, so not really much bad to say about him. Next, Pedro Neto obviously provided the winning assist for our goal, which was incredibly well done. Obviously, the flick on from Nico Williams, which he ends up getting on the end of, and just about able to squares it to Levi Colwill to tap into the back of the net. So, pretty much job done for Neto. Thought he had a pretty solid game, and no real mistakes. Obviously, he was playing up front, which against Morello and Milenkovic is a tough ask. So, I think he did pretty well in that game. Didn't really go up against them that much, because they are just Goliaths. So, like, he wasn't really going to do much against them with his stature. So, overall, thought it was a pretty good performance for Neto. Enzo Fernandez is up next, and a more quiet game from Enzo than it probably usually would be. But honestly, it was just one of those performances where he got on with it, and I thought he did really well. There's some moments of progressive play that I thought were really good. He was often carrying the ball up the field, getting us further up the pitch, and I thought he did really well with helping us just progress. I thought he was really good at that in this game. And yeah, Enzo, I thought, had a pretty solid performance. Bit of a calm, collected captain's performance from him, which is pretty good in my opinion. Next, we got Cole Palmer. Again, It's pretty much same as Enzo. Not really much. It was really weird seeing him play as basically like a left wing back for some reason, by his own accord. Like in the first half, he was just basically playing as a left wing back, and when he changed the system around a bit, he became a bit more central, and ended up obviously ending the game as the centre forward, in that as like the only forward on the pitch as well. So, and I thought he managed all right in that time, especially when he was actually as that lone forward. I thought that's probably the most dangerous he was all game. As I said, it was a bit weird that he was dropping to like left wing back. Like, what the fuck was the point in that? I don't particularly understand it. That basically is like the entire honourable mentions list. Now we're getting on to the actual players that are worth mentioning. First off, Chelsea's player of the season, Moises Caicedo. And it was just another classic Moises Caicedo performance. He was absolutely everywhere, just covering as much ground as humanly possible. Obviously, he had to play with the mask as well, which he's been playing with for past 2 games, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, for Caicedo, I thought it was a pretty good performance. So, not really any complaints, if any complaints at all. It's just Caicedo, isn't it? It's Caicedo doing Caicedo things. Like, it's just the kind of thing you want out of Moises Caicedo. He is just an absolutely brilliant player. And this was just a typical Caicedo performance. There's not really much for me to say here. Like, pretty much, that's just about it. And then we'll move into the next one. And the next one is for Robert Sanchez. Now, this is something I do want to talk about. Robert Sanchez, apart from some dodgy moments in the first half, there was a few things, was actually really good in this game. Like, his distribution is as terrifying as it always is. Admittedly, to be fair, this game, it wasn't terrible. It didn't really get us in any trouble. Even his long balls, I don't think particularly get us in any trouble. But he was making some good saves. He made some incredible claims, finally using some of his height to actually claim the ball. And against someone like Chris Wood, you do need to be aware of that because he is a big dude. So Sanchez was on it today. He made sure that we got every ball that we needed to win. He made some solid saves. Not really anything out of this world that he needed to do because Forest never really troubled us outside of a couple shots that Chris Wood blazed over the bar. I thought it was a pretty good game from Sanchez. I don't, under any circumstances, and I've said this pretty much all season, think he should be number 1 going into next season. I don't even think he should be number 1 going into the Club World Cup. When Petrovic gets back, put him in goal. Genuinely, that needs to happen. I don't want to see Sanchez as number 1. He's done good recently. I'm not going to slate him for his recent form. He's done well. And I think he could get a decent move to a decent club in the summer after we find someone better to replace him. But right now, it was a good performance from Sanchez. I won't knock him for that. Next up, we have a pair of fullbacks to talk about. We have Marc Cucurella, and alongside that, I believe, Reece James. And these two were just great as usual. Like, what do you really expect from these two? It was a captain's performance from Reece James. Obviously, it didn't matter who he was up against, whether it was Anthony Elanga or Callum Hudson-Odoi at the end of the game. He was just doing really well. Morgan Gibbs-White for quite a few periods as well. Captain's performance, he locked up pretty much anybody that came up against him. And yeah, it was a really good performance from James. And pretty much the same thing I can say about Marc Cucurella. On that side, he was absolutely superb. Going up against, again, Anthony Elanga, Ola Aina as well, which was a giant pain. Obviously, I forgot to mention as well, obviously Reece James up against Nico Williams, which was quite an important threat for them. But Cucurella, obviously, up against the massive pace of Anthony Elanga, he did really well to marshal them out of the game, as well as having Ola Aina to deal with as well, which I thought was quite impressive. So, yeah, and he eventually ended up with Ryan Yates on that side as well when he came onto the pitch, and there was a few other things going on around there, so he had to deal with quite a lot today, Cucurella, and I thought he did really well. Yeah, I think both of them just did really well. I did predict Reece would start in the game. Considering he played 90 minutes, I do question whether he will start in the Conference League on Wednesday versus Real Betis. Obviously, he will be there to lift the trophy should we win, which we most likely will. So there will be that. I don't know if he'll start or whether it'll be Gusto or Josh or whatever. When they're on the pitch, they are just incredible fullbacks. Probably the best fullback pairing in the league, if you ask me personally. I think they are just incredible. And yeah, so moving on, we are going to talk about someone who was just having an incredible game, and he's had an incredible past 2 games, to be honest. 2 good games on the bounce for him. And it's for, of course, Tosin Adarabioyo, or Adarabioyo, however you choose to pronounce it. And this was just another solid performance. He pretty much pocketed Chris Wood all game. Chris Wood got no change out of the big man. And that's largely just because he couldn't use his physical power against him, because Tosin is just equally as big, equally as strong. So it took a big element of his game away from him. And I thought Tosin was he was good. He was solid. And that was all he needed to be, really. Because, as I said, I don't think Forest really posed the biggest threat outside of those balls that they got into Chris Wood. And he just decided that it was going to be the day he shot them all into row Z. Tosin, again, it's another one of those situations where I don't think he's necessarily the quality, or more accurately, the profile of player that we need to be starting alongside someone else I'm going to talk about in a moment. But when he's called upon, he does put in a shift. He does put in a good, solid performance. And he did that today. That was what we required of him, locking up Chris Wood, making sure he got absolutely zero impact on this game, and he effectively did. So I thought it was a very good performance from Tosin. However, while I do think he had a good performance, he is not getting my man of the match. My man of the match is, of course, going to... You all know who it is. If you watch my live stream, you definitely know who it is. And it is, of course, my boy, as I said, Levi goddamn Colwill. Levi Colwill was incredible in this game. And he just... Again, defensively, absolutely perfect, and he scored the goal that sent us to the Champions League, and I could not be happier. Not only that we scored the goal to get us to the Champions League, but the fact that it was him that scored it. Levi Colwill is probably in my top 3 favourite Chelsea players right now. He is just an incredible player. Obviously, being Cobham born and bred, it is an incredible feeling for him to be able to help Chelsea get back to the Champions League. He doesn't score that many goals, but that's definitely the most important one he's ever scored, and I am very happy for him. He has been Chelsea's best centre-back this season, and I don't let anybody tell you any different. Wes Fofana is a good player, as is Trevor Chalobah, and Tosin has come in and done the bits when he needs to, but Levi Colwill has just been so good this season, and I don't understand why he got all that hate he got earlier in the season. From the beginning of the season to December, in my opinion, he was a top 5 centre-back in the league. He was incredible. I thought he was just having very consistent performance. And people often overlook this. He hasn't missed basically any games of football. He's missed, I think, only about 3, which were the Brentford game away and the Southampton game away, when he was just on the bench. He just wasn't utilised. And then the only game he's missed through unavailability is the Wolves game at home, which was when Trev returned. So, other than that, he's not missed a game, and he's played every other game for full 90s. Literally every game. He starts every game. He plays all of them full 90s. He's been just incredible and consistent this season. People had a go at him for a little bit of bad form that he had during when we had that rough patch back in just January through March, February, December, whatever it was. He had a go at him for that. And yeah, he made a couple mistakes. The West Ham game in particular was a bit of a bad one for him. But other than that, I don't think he was that bad. And I don't understand why he got so much stick for it. I don't necessarily think he was playing badly. I think just the team in general were playing badly, and he looked bad and played bad, or worse at least, by comparison. It was the overall team, not just him. And now, well, not only just because the team's performing again, he's a reason the team's performing again. He's putting in absolutely brilliant performances recently. He's been absolutely superb. Since the Fulham game, pretty much, I don't think he's put a foot wrong. We played Everton, Liverpool, Man United, Newcastle, and now Notts Forest, and I think he's been great in all of them. Literally, we played Liverpool, he was great. Played Everton, he was great, alongside Trevor Chalobah. We played Newcastle, he fucking locked up Alexander Isak, the best striker in the Premier League. Isak, he spent all that game in Levi's back pocket, genuinely. He got nothing out of that game. And then played Man United, locked up Amad Diallo, and in this game, he was absolutely brilliant again, and he scored a bloody goal. What do you want from this man? What do you want from this man? You wanted to turn into Prime Maldini? Come on now. He's been absolutely superb this season, and genuinely, he is our best centre-back. That is just no other way around it. He is our best centre-back. And he's one for the future. He's 22 years old. Genuinely, you think of some of the best centre-backs. Virgil van Dijk, best centre-back in the world. Most people would agree on that. Myself included. I do think he is probably still the best centre-back in the world. He wasn't this good at 22 years old. I don't even think he was playing for Celtic at this age. If he was, he definitely wasn't this good. Come on now. Give this guy some credit, man. He is just an incredibly good centre-back for his age. A ball-playing centre-back who's important to the way we play because of the way we start our attacks. And then, on top of that, he's put in incredible defensive performances, and he scored a freaking goal. He's just come on leaps and bounds this season in this game. And I could not be happier for him. He's a Cobham graduate. He's one of my favourite players. I loved him even when he was back at Huddersfield. It's just been great for him, and I really do love him, that guy. But we have one other person that needs some respect put on his name. One other person that has been getting disrespect from our own fan base, from the rest of the world, absolutely everybody. And he deserves his flowers. Championship manager, my ass. He is a Champions League manager. Enzo Maresca. Enzo Maresca took a team that was in, 10th most of the season, just about managed to finish in 6th last season. And you know what? I know a lot of people slate Poch. Some people overhype him a bit too much. Some people slate him. I'm a bit in the middle. I think it probably was a lot of his fault that we were in 10th for most of last season. But I'll give him the credit for turning it around, albeit as late as he did. I'll give him the credit for turning it around the way he did. And he did probably set up a bit of what Maresca would go on to do. However, you cannot deny that Maresca has just had a much superior season compared to Pochettino. In top 4 pretty much all season, I don't think I can remember a time where we weren't in the Champions League spots. We were in 2nd at one point, even fantasizing about challenging the league with Liverpool. We had that moment. And now we finished the season with one loss in the last 7-8 games, something like that. He's done incredibly well. We had the late season turnaround Pochettino had without all the stress and annoyance of being in 10th for the entire season. He has just done so much better than what Pochettino did. Could he have done it without Pochettino? Maybe not. And that's the reason I won't disrespect Pochettino. He did set a lot of this up. But Maresca has just taken it and done even better with it. What do you want here? He has taken this squad. He has established a core of incredible players. And now he's got them playing in a good way. He's got some incredible good players. We're now we've improved defensively. We're still capable of scoring goals. We've now got more players scoring goals from across the pitch. You add a few key elements here and there, a goalkeeper for one thing, a striker, maybe a left wing, and then I think we honestly could become one of the best teams in the world with this guy. He was getting so much unnecessarily flack. Pochettino didn't get this much stick when he had us in 10th. Maresca was getting more stick for having us in 5th. What the hell? Yeah, the drop off from 2nd to 5th isn't great, and some of that can be blamed on him. I've blamed some of it on him myself. And he's not been perfect. Even as early back in the season as the 6th game when we were actually playing incredibly well, I was giving him stick for the exact reverse fixture that we've just had. In the Forest game, I gave him stick for that game because I thought he got it wrong. I thought he made some ridiculous substitution decisions, waited too long with certain decisions, made some weird choices, and I gave him stick for it. When he deserves stick, that's justified. But then he's just been getting unnecessarily flack for certain instances where it's just been the player's fault, or certain other instances where it's just been out of his control, the ref's been a dick, or whatever. He hasn't been perfect, but he's done better than what Pochettino did, done shit tons better than what Graham Potter did, Lampard and Salter and whatever. He's managed the 2nd highest home points tally since Antonio Conte was in charge, only one behind Maurizio Sarri in the 18-19 season. We've only lost twice at home this season, the first game of the season to Man City, and then, annoyingly, to Fulham. So, put some respect on Enzo Maresca's name. I think he deserves it. And then, you give him what he wants in the transfer window. We win the Conference League this Wednesday, and then we go to the CWC, go as far as we can in that, get some well-earned cash in the bank, and then we prepare for next season. We prepare to go for the title. We prepare to go for the Champions League. We prepare to win some frickin' trophies. That is where we are at right now. We are more than capable of winning trophies, not only with this manager, but with this squad. Now, don't get me wrong, as I've said, there are some additions and changes that need to be made here and there. We definitely need a different goalkeeper. Whether it's Petrovic or we go out and sign somebody, we need a different goalkeeper. That's non-negotiable. We need a striker. That is also non-negotiable. And potentially we could do with a left winger. That's not as big of a priority, but it would not be something that I would be remiss about signing. Everything else, we don't particularly need. We do need a centre-back, actually. That could probably be something we could do with. A centre-back would probably be pretty decent. The centre-back market's an entire nightmare, though. I've been through it 100 times. It's a nightmare. I hate it. It's a nightmare. So, honestly, going to next season with Levi and Trev as our starting centre-backs, I don't hate that idea. So, that's an alright idea, in my opinion. But yeah, goalkeeper definitely needs sorting out. Striker needs sorting out. Probably needs centre-back sorting out. That's it. We've got probably the best left-back in the world. At least one of, if not the best right-backs in the world. Levi Cole was amazing. in my opinion, we've got one of the best midfielders in the world. Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo, Lavia. We've got Palmer, who's Palmer. We've got solid right wing cover. Madueke, Neto, and Estevao coming in, let's not forget. I mean, with the midfield options as well, we've still got Asugo to come in. We've got Andres Santos to return, which is incredible. Like, this could be the start of something brilliant. And we have Enzo Maresca to thank for this for a lot of it. Like, Enzo Fernandez would not have had as great of a season he has had without Enzo Maresca. I don't think a lot of players would have had this incredible of a season. Marc Cucurella would definitely not have had this good of a season without Enzo Maresca inverting him into this attacking, like, 10 of a left-back, where he's not only incredible defensively, but he's incredible in the box, scoring goals. 7 goals for Marc Cucurella this season. The joint top-scoring defender in the Premier League with 5 Premier League goals. He's just been incredible. And we have Enzo Maresca to thank for that. So, basically, the way I stand on it is Champions League is absolutely in the bag, and we absolutely love it. And basically, I'm happy. I don't really know how other way to express it. I am very, very, very happy. And I hope you all are too. I'm just kind of rambling on a bit, so I'm just going to kind of sign off there with that and go and enjoy my evening. And yeah, I have been the Crimson Wolf. I am the reddest Chelsea fan on the internet, and you have all been amazing. And I'll see you in the Champions League. Good luck with it.